First thing you're going to want to do is take out the floor liner so we can access all of the trim panels. Next, we're going to take out these cargo mat hooks there, and these just screw in to plastic grommets, and you can twist them out by hand. Now we'll remove the bottom cargo net hooks, which take a T20 Torx bit. Next, we're going to remove 4 plastic push clips here, here, and here. And I recommend using a nylon trim tool because otherwise you will damage your plastic trim. These just pry up on the sides and then come out. Very easy. Now that all of the clips and screws are removed, we can remove the rear plastic trim guard from the car. Now we can move on to the passenger side carpeted trim panel. First, we'll remove the removable doors and covers here. First, the battery door, and then the light access cover. Down on the floor, there is another Torx T20 screw fitting. We'll remove that. Now, the last remaining fitting is a 2-piece plastic retainer, which is up here in the roof. And again, using a nylon trim tool, I'm going to work under the push-in lock pin and remove it. We can then go behind the retainer and remove it as well. Now that all of the retainers are removed, we can work the trim piece out of the car, starting from the back. Bring it out, pull it down at the roof, and then kind of prise it away from the rear trim panel, like so. Now that the trim is removed, we can see the KeylessGo module. It resides right here, attached by a screw and another screw. Because of the fact that we're working with electronic components, and also because of the general proximity, I'm going to remove the battery before we remove the KeylessGo module. To remove the battery, first we need to remove a hold down, which is down in here. This is a 13mm bolt. Now we can unscrew the terminals. Always use hand tools for battery terminals. The terminals are made out of lead, and they can deform or strip if you use a power tool. These terminals use a 10mm bolt, at least on my car. Your mileage may vary. There is a drainage line. Be aware of that. It might come off, but it's easy enough to pop back on. And then we can lift the battery out of the car. Now that the battery has been removed, we can remove the KeylessGo control module. These are also 10mm screws. And I find that it's easier to deal with the plugs and wires once the unit has been removed from the car. So I'm going to take it out first and let it hang. This bolt is a little tricky. You have to work your way through the wires there. The module has 2 bolts that come through the bulkhead here. You can push it back against the side and it will slip out below. Before you remove the cables, take note of the order and color in which they go in. Some of these are interchangeable physically, and you don't want to plug them into the wrong places. These big plugs have a clip handle on the top. You push down a little tab here and slide it forward, and the plug comes out. It looks like our little brown friend unplugged itself. These 3 and the brown wire have a small pin that clips into the casing down here. And what I like to use is a small flathead screwdriver because these guys can be a real bastard to get out. So you want to just push in there and work the plug out. And there's our module. If you're upgrading your KeylessGo module, you might find that your replacement module has different mounting hardware. This one, I believe, is from an SL and uses these clips, whereas the one for our CL has this bracket and posts. So we'll need to transfer this hardware before we can install the new module. And you can see also that the factory module for the CL has 545 1032 as the part number, and the new module we're putting in is 545 1232. That 12 is how you know that this one will work with the transmitter key, and this one will only work with the cards. So turn this over. We'll find some 10mm nuts. Take these off. And remove the bracket. For the clips, we want to pry a little bit on one end, work it back, and then go to the other side and take it off. Again, we'll pry a little bit, turn it over, take it off. And then installing the bracket, it goes on the flush side, only way it will go. Push that through and fit our nuts. And here is our new transmitter key enabled KeylessGo module, ready to be installed back into our car.